I'm Russell Rawlings, and I am the Statewide Community Organizer at California Foundation for Independent Living Centers, and I also help facilitate the DOnetwork, Disability Organizing Network. And I am so relieved that we're at this point in time where anyone above the age of 16 can get a vaccination in the state of California. Whenever the announcement came out, I consider myself high risk. I have cerebral palsy, sleep apnea, and I'm a type 2 diabetic. So I met several of the CDC's criteria as high risk for COVID-19. And was sheltering in place for more than a year, honestly. Still keep my distance, still wear my mask. But when the vaccine announcement came out, whenever it was finally available to our community as a whole, I was just so relieved that people with disabilities were finally being seen in this process. So I've done everything I can to help promote the message of vaccine readiness and talk a little bit about my experience. And what made me specifically decide that I was going to receive the vaccine as early as possible, and even to be a little bit beyond that and pushing for access faster, was that I was living a life that was, it felt like it was increasingly closing in on me. The virus was in the community. I rely upon caregivers to help get me out of bed. It's very intimate care. And I have I didn't have the opportunity to truly shelter myself. And so for me, it was a desire to protect myself, but also to protect my community, because the way that the virus travels, if I were to get the virus at some point, I could potentially spread it to other families and households. So for me, it was a matter of I was ready as soon as I was eligible. But I know that not everyone, has that same experience. So I'll just share that whenever I got my vaccine, it was very straightforward and easy. I actually had the opportunity to go to 2 different vaccine sites. Both were super easy. I received the vaccine, the Pfizer vaccine, and my first dose. The location was set up honestly, it was a bit like, for me, it was exciting because I felt like I was going to a sporting or for me, a music event. It's kind of that waiting outside and, everybody's kind of in an excited, anxious state. And then afterwards they sat us in tent in these folding chairs. And I was just like, all they needed was a stage up front and maybe a performer. And that would have put maybe a little bit of extra on the experience. But, getting that second vaccine, which I got at Sacramento State University here, a great partner in this process. Once I received that second one, I had just a little bit of tiredness, but otherwise I had no sore arm, very minimal, anything that I can even identify from either dose. So for me, I did not have the strong side effects at all. But my roommate, actually, everyone in our household is now fully vaccinated, with the exception of a child that is under the age, currently just turned 10 years old. So I'm looking forward to that, the process expanding to children. And the thing that I would like to share is that this is about protecting our community and protecting ourselves. And I hope that if you're not quite ready to make the step to vaccination, you are taking very progressive steps to making sure that you are keeping yourself and your community safe. There are, of course, many ways to do that. And even after receiving vaccination, it's important to respect the boundaries and choices of others in a spirit of staying safe in this environment. And I would really like others to know that we're here for support too. The Disability Organizing Network has made this a key priority issue to help our community and to empower others to be able to receive their vaccines and to know how to navigate the process. And if you'd like to help some assistance with this process, you are more than welcome to call and talk with us. We have a hotline set up at 1-877-427-0387. And we also have an email address available at disabilityorganizing@cfilc.org. We also have a vaccination advocacy toolkit that we can share with you. I will put the link below. And I look forward to connecting with any of you who may be having questions about vaccination or trying to help other people make the step to be ready and to access the vaccine. Thank you all.